For Linux distributions. Millions of users. One question: which one should you actually use? If you're thinking about switching to Linux, you've seen the same names: pop_os, Linux Mint, Ubuntu, and Fedora. After testing all four on the same laptop, differences become clear. Pop_os is developed by System 76 and based on Ubuntu. Its key feature is automatic tiling, which organizes windows for you and boosts multitasking. It is great for developers and power users. It also has excellent NVIDIA support built into installation. In daily use it feels fast and smooth. Linux Mint focuses on simplicity and stability. The Cinnamon desktop feels familiar like Windows. It is very beginner-friendly. Everything works out of the box, including drivers and media codecs. The downside is that it avoids bleeding-edge software, prioritizing stability instead. Ubuntu is the most popular Linux distro. It has huge community support, strong compatibility, and tons of tutorials. It uses a predictable release cycle with long-term support versions. However, snap packages can feel slower, and the system can feel heavier than its derivatives. Fedora focuses on cutting-edge technology. It ships with the newest kernels and tools, and strong security with SE-Linux enabled. It is great for developers. But it requires frequent upgrades and extra steps for multimedia codecs. In performance tests, Pop_os felt the fastest. Mint was the most stable. Ubuntu felt heavier. Fedora was fast but sometimes stuttered under load. If you are new, choose Mint. For productivity and gaming, choose Pop_os. For compatibility, choose Ubuntu. For latest features, choose Fedora. There is no perfect distro. The best one is the one that fits your workflow. One important thing most people ignore is hardware support differences between distros. Pop_os and Ubuntu tend to support newer GPUs more easily, while Mint prioritizes stability over the newest drivers. Fedora often ships very recent kernels, which helps new hardware but can introduce occasional instability on older machines. Another factor is desktop environment philosophy. Mint uses Cinnamon, which is traditional and easy to understand. Ubuntu uses GNOME, which is more modern but takes time to adapt to. Pop_os modifies GNOME heavily for productivity, while Fedora sticks close to upstream GNOME for a clean experience. Package management also plays a role. Ubuntu and Pop_os rely on apt and snap, Mint avoids snap by default, and Fedora uses DNF with Flatpak support becoming common. This affects how fast apps install and how consistent the system feels over time. For long-term use, stability versus freshness becomes the real trade-off. Some users prefer a system that never changes, while others prefer getting the latest software even if it occasionally breaks workflows. That is where your choice really matters to I. In the end, Linux is about control, freedom, and choosing the system that adapts best to how you actually work every day. Overall,